just drove the actors nuts. They were like, they never knew what door was going to open. In superhero movies, a lot of time, they look fantastic, but no one's trying to make you feel that that thing is actually there. The actor actually comes to me. I was like, oh man, this is terrifying.
The footage we got to see was truly terrifying and built up a great atmosphere, which I love in horror movies. How important are music and sound design in creating the perfect horrific atmosphere?
They are very important, and I think you can do a lot with it. But the way I approach it usually, for me, has to work without them. You know what I mean? It has to be something that when I'm shooting it, when I'm looking at it with my eyes on the day, and there's no sound design, and the ship doesn't have all those sounds, and it is quiet on set. The fear, the scares, the violent moments, the suspense has to work by me looking at it. A lot of times I know is when the actor actually comes to me, I was like, oh man, this is terrifying. And I have to send him down a corridor, and this kind of something's gonna happen at the end of that corridor. And when he or she is living the moment, I can see that they're truly scared because it's a dark corridor and they don't know what's going to be at the end of it. And it should work at that level, right? What you don't want is something that it doesn't work, but once we put the music and the sound, we'll make it work. That's usually not good. So usually if it works normally, once you put the music and the sound, it will be incredible.
Yeah. The chestburster scene in the original movie is iconic, and it's widely known that the actors didn't know about it while shooting the scene. Are there scenes in this movie where you withheld something from the actors to get the best, most honest possible reaction?
I do that all the time in my movies, and always with their permission. That's kind of the thing at the beginning of the movie. I'm like, if they're cool with that, there might be some surprise here and there just to get a reaction. It depends. It depends on the scene, but there's definitely that I've always done in my movies. Like I was doing it too much at the beginning, I think, in a way that it just drove the actors nuts. They were like, they never knew what door was going to open. Or I would tell them, well, the door on the left is going to open, the blind man is going to come out from there, let's say on Don't Breathe, and then the blind man would come out from the right side, right? And I was like, God damn it. It will surprise everybody. But I usually these days I do a bit less, and I usually do it with the actors knowing maybe a couple of days or at the beginning of the day, there might be one today where I change something to surprise you. And some actors love it. Some actors just prefer to act it, but I definitely, for me, it's always more fun when I can see the true surprise, for sure.
We as a society know more about space and the universe than our own oceans. What do you think makes space so endlessly fascinating for filmmakers in special?
I think it's that concept that is infinite, like that it means that anything can happen, that anything is possible, that there's no idea that you could really debate and say, well, that's not, how could that be? No, because we know very little about what's beyond it. And these movies are very far from Earth. The original Alien and very similar in this one. They're like 65 light years from Earth.
Alien has aged so well because of the use of practical effects. What would you like the legacy of Romulus to be in terms of this franchise?
I mean, hopefully it will make a new audience discover a style of filmmaking that they probably haven't seen in a while. Where everything feels a lot more realistic and photorealistic than a lot of movies. I think Hollywood, the last few years and decades almost, has kind of some movies at least have gave up on the intention of trying to make the magical elements look real. There's a lot of movies and superhero movies. A lot of time they look fantastic, but no one's trying to make you feel that thing is actually there. It's a CG element, and most of us were fine with it. You go, well, that's fun. It's colorful and magical and strange, but no one believes it's there. It's made by a computer, and we just accept that too easily. That was not the intention. When James Cameron brings computers into the game with The Abyss and with Terminator 2, those things feel real. They felt like they were there, and then. And when Jurassic Park, the same, those dinosaurs look real. When we watched it, we thought, well, they're right there. There was no question about it. And I think at some point, people start getting used to that it's just not there and it's fine. But I don't think it's fine. I think the idea is that we have to try to fool the audience into believe that these worlds are real and the things are there and a real threat. And so that's what I hope it does for a new audience, for younger people that on all the years I've been watching movies, like there's not a lot of them that do it that way. And hopefully for the fans of the franchise, they would love to see something that feels that way again, right? That hasn't been done in a long time. So, but above all, it's just I hope that you watch a movie that stays with you. There's a lot more to the film than what I showed today. There's a lot of deep, meaningful themes for me on the relationship among the characters and the role that the creature takes, also in the influence of those relationships. And I think that hopefully it will stay with people. That hopefully the characters will stay with you. That's what makes movies stays with you with time, is the characters that were in it. Aileen is a classic because Ripley is a classical character as well.
And this one fits right between Alien 1 and Aliens. And I'm really excited to see the movie.
Cool. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.